Okay guys, so it is makeup time. Now, I've got a bit more tan on my face than what I'm used to dealing with, so we're just going to go for it and see. Really could do with just tying my hair. I like my hair to be out of the way so that when I blend my makeup down my neck, it's not going onto my hair. So today we're going to go for, the shoot we're doing is like an outdoor, like beach, well it's not this beach, but it's like swimwear shoot. So I want my makeup to be like soft, glowy, bronze goddess vibes. So I'm going to take some inspo from the makeup that I did. I'm just looking in my main mirror here, by the way. I'm going to take some inspo that I did for my wedding makeup, but I'm going to do a bit less of a dark eye and a bit more bronze rather than gold. So, like I say, my skin, it doesn't look as dark on camera as what it is in real life. My skin's quite dark, so where normally I will do my foundation to make, because I normally tan and I don't tan on my face. So normally I do my makeup to make my face darker to match my body, whereas I want to actually get it a bit brighter. So it'll be a little bit different, but first thing we're going to do is the eyes. So I've just brushed my eyebrows using the Brow by Ellie gel, which is this one, by the way. I don't know if you can see this, absolutely amazing. And then I just use a pencil to fill it in. Probably going to sharpen that a little bit. My pencil, I need a new one, it's very, very short, but it will do for now. So I really want today's makeup to be not understated, obviously, because it's a photo shoot, so it still needs to be glam, but I don't want to look like a glamour model, you know? So this is how I do my brows every day. So I like basically brush my eyebrows into where I want them, and then I just infill it with a pencil just to make them thicker. I always find on camera brows look lighter as well, so when I do a shoot I will be a bit heavier on how I sort of fill them. Otherwise I just look like on camera like I've got no fucking eyebrows. This one's always a bit more difficult because I've got a bold patch on it. From when I was younger, used to do horse riding, those of you that don't know, and I got headbutted by a horse, and it split my eyebrow, and then ever since then, the hair's never really like grown back properly on it. So I have a little bold patch that I have to fill in. But yeah, this gel's brilliant. That will not budge. I want a little bit more arch. Just, this one doesn't seem to arch ever as much as this one. This one's like the beautiful brow, look at that. And this one's just like, well, like what are you? I think it's because I've got a bit of a lazy eye this side. It doesn't quite do what it should do. And then I'm just going to carve out my brows. So, where is the brush that I want? Better not use that because Sam looked at me. I was just going to wipe my brush on his t-shirt. Probably not the best idea. So then I'm just going to use, if I can find where I've put it, just a lighter shade foundation. And what I'm actually going to do is take the lid off of it and then just use it off of here rather than trying to squirt it out and then it's too much. So I don't normally do this every day, like, sod that, it's far too much effort. But it just gives the brows a bit more pop on camera. Perfect. Now, because the makeup that I'm going to do is going to be quite heavy on the eyes, I'm literally going to just put some of this on just so it's got something to stick to. I might actually use this, would make more sense. Okay. Palette that I'm going to use is my absolute favourite. It is the Urban Decay Honey. I use this 99.9% of the time. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to use a smaller brush to just darken in. Do not fear, we blend everything together, it will be fine. Okay, then what I'm going to do is take a bit of a bigger brush and I'm going to go in with the shade Drip, which is like a pinky brown almost, and I'm just going to blend that into there and out to the side. And then I'll pop a little bit underneath just to blend it in. Okay. Now I'm going to take another very short little dumpy pencil and I'm going to just do a real smoky line across the top here. I'll need to look in this mirror, so I do apologise if it's not great for you to see. So the accuracy of this doesn't matter too much, so I'm going to blend it. Just want to get a nice chunky lash line on there. This is where I've got my lazy eyes. I can't close this one and see what I'm doing on this one. So I kind of, you just have to do it and kind of hope for the best. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same on the lower lash. Like so. Whoa. Okay. Now I'm going to take my, no actually I'm not going to do that just yet, I'm going to do this bit first. So now I'm going to go back just a little bit of the dark brown and just blend. Why are you not blending very well? There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to take my Too Faced Better Than Sex liner and I'm just going to make sure I go right into that line on this, just because sometimes I find with the kohl liner it cannot quite get right into the lash line. But I'm not going to do a wing. I just want that to just make sure it's like black. On there. Okay, so now we're going to build the eye out. So, back with my fluffy brush. We're going to go back in with the shade Drip that I used as like a blend. And just add a bit more depth here. Okay, now I'm going to take the dark colour, which I used around the line, to literally just add a tiny bit more depth. To the outer corner here. And then just bring it out. Then I'm going to go with the shade Keeper, which is like a real, this one here, like a real golden, well, golden, isn't it? What colour you call it? And I'm going to just literally, I'll do this a bit more when I've got my actual thingy on as well, foundation. Out there, and then also here. Okay, then for the shimmer, I'm going to go with a little bit of amber and then a little bit of golden. So the amber is like a, well, self-explanatory, amber colour. And then I'm going to put that on here. Beautiful, beautiful shimmer. All the way across, because I want it to be like bronze goddess, like bronze. None of this subtle stuff. Okay, and then I'm going to take golden, which is very like, literally, gold, tiny bit on here because it is very pigmented. Perfect. And then I'm going to do my mascara, so it has time to set before I put my lashes on. I'm going to leave the bottom set because I'm going to do that once I've done the bottom part of my face. Okay, now it is time for the face. I feel like my finger's gone darker. Okay. Normally do under painting. It'll be fine, she says. It will be fine. So for this, I'll just use a darker foundation, and all I'm going to do with this is contour. So literally, forgot to do my chin, didn't I? Okay. Now, we want this, which is the lighter foundation. No, we don't. Nearly did it fucking wrong. Dumbass. Normal foundation we want next, which is shade Warm Sun. Now I use like a little stumpy brush here to then kind of like a dab, blend it into there. And I always brush my contour bit upward. Just find it sits better on me. Now I'm going to use my normal foundation brush to just do the top part here. I actually feel like the Stumpy brush was better for this shade because my skin's darker, not quite blending, so I'm going to put a tiny bit of this darker colour on here as well. Just to match my skin a bit more. My skin is very fucking brown. That looks better actually. Maybe a bit darker. This tan is very dark. That's fucking better. See, sometimes you just have to just fucking make it up as you go along, you know? Now, I always like to use a big fluffy brush. Okay. So I'm happy with the base. So now we're going to do the brightening under the eyeballs. Don't know why I just put the lid back on that when I need to use it again. Stupid. This is why I didn't do the bottom mascara just yet, because I'll need to reblend the eyeshadow. I actually really like doing my own makeup, you know. I find it very therapeutic. Okay. Blush, I'm going to go for this one, which is like a real peachy, not even sure what brand it is, Revolution. And I'm going to go quite high. I always like to put my blush quite high because I've got quite hamster cheeks, you know. A little bit across the nose. So this is like a cream blush, which I really like. Because I'm going for bronze, I don't want a pink blush, so that's that. And then we're going to go with the setting powder, my go-to banana baking powder by someone, Revolution. And then we are going to set it like a motherfucker. Okay. So now we're going to go with the actual powder bronzer. Not too much because I don't want it to look too, because I'm already really brown. So just big brush, light touch. And then highlighter time. So I'm going to actually use two. So I'm going to use like a real bronzer on the cheek. This is from the Carnival palette and it's this one. Don't know what colour it is. It's like blurred out from, it's quite old, this palette. Very, very good. And I'm going to go over the actual cheek with this. Very pigmented. And then using Rare Beauty, brilliant highlighter. I love it, except for it's shit and it always breaks. But the actual gist of it with the whole what it's meant to do. Amazing, look at that. Whoa, like a little glazed donut. Okay, so I need to just organise my life a second. Everything in there. That in there. Don't need that anymore. So now I'm just going to do the blend of the outside of the eyes. find my eyeshadow brush. Oh, here it is. Oh, here it is. Got that many. Okay. So I need to go with this one first. Drip just a little bit here. And I'm just going to blend with the darker in here just a tiny bit more. Okay, now I'm going to take the golden one and go under and all the way out. Okay. Button mascara then. Just going to go this way because I can't actually see. The lighting was so like bright. Now, I need to do my lashes, but before we do my lashes, I want to let that set. So we're going to do the lips. Now I'm going to go for a brownie. I'm going to go brownie pink, I think. So I don't. Yeah. Brownie pink. So lip liner is, I have no idea who it's by or what colour. So it's worn off, but it's like a, I think it's Rimmel and I think it's tiramisu. That generally tends to be the one I go for. I'm thinking, because I'm a little bit more brown than normal, I think I'm going to have to use my actual one that I wore for my wedding, which, Brown and Bold by Max Factor. This is like, well, it says brown and bold, it does what it says on the tin, let's say. I'm not going to go too heavy on this. Okay, and then I'm going to use the lighter shade that I've just used to just yes, that's what I want. Now, colour I'm going to go for is in my drawer somewhere. No, it's not. It's actually Ted Baker. Well, I'm going to use, and I'm going to use a brush to put it on because I've fucking put the lid on it the other day and squashed it. there's a lip gloss that I wanted to use. This is one I actually wore for my wedding. Rimmel Oh My Gloss Lip Pump, and it's like a real beautiful golden shimmer. I love it. Don't mean to blow smoke up my own arse, but my face looks fucking sick. Now I am going to be taking all of this with me, but I'm going to leave it out for like touch-ups and stuff before we go. So now I just need to do my eyelashes. So I'm going to use my favourites called Gorgeous Angel. They're the same ones that I wore for my wedding. They're from Amazon. I only have 2 pairs left, which is a little bit sad. I don't wear these every day because they're a little bit long. I used to, but now I've fucking grown up a little bit, she says. So I have to cut them because I've got really small eyes. I'm not sure if I've cut that enough to be fair. I hate it when they're too long and they like poke off the end. That's better. Whose eyes are this big? I mean, jeez. Sorry, this is taking a little while. Just want them to be right. Perfect. And then what I do before I put the glue on them is I just bend them a bit. That's got a bit of glue on it already from the box. So I literally get the tweezers and my fingers and I just bend so that it's flexible. You don't get a bit that like just fucking sticks up, you know? Then the glue that I'm using at the moment, Super Strong Hold by Envy. This one, very good. I don't know if I classify it as Super Strong Hold. Sometimes it's a bit questionable, but it's not as good as the UK Lash Grip is the best. But this is still good. What is that? Okay. This glue dries really quickly, so normally where I would put on and leave it for like a couple of minutes to set, I literally put it on and go straight on. And that is that, my friends. I need to just pinch that down a little bit, but there we go. I'm very happy with that. I will show you when my makeup, my hair is done.